everyone, welcome to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith, and this is
Pet McDonald, and we're here to continue our playthrough of Imperial Settlers.
But before we do, there was a small little mistake. What? I would say it was pretty much an ignorable mistake, but some people felt like it was worth pointing out. We owe you a couple of points.
Yeah, I guess we should correct that.
I guess we should. So you had built the grain fields, which is a red building, and you have the gardens, which gives you 2 points when you build a red building. So
right, so I'm actually at 6 points.
And I'm at 1 still.
Pretty close.
That's generous of you to say. Well, I had a lot of help from my barbarian brothers and sisters out there who offered some suggestions about what I should do, and it was quite a varied response.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Some people were like, oh, that chapel, you should build that. Other people were like, no, you should burn it. And so everyone was all over the map, which, you know, we're barbarians. It's going to be a little chaotic. But the viewer who got the most suggestions was Transportoiek 96. I think I pronounced that mostly right.
Close enough.
Close enough, all right. Let's go to the table and see what he or she wants us to do. I know what I want to do. I'm going to turn both of these guys into an apple. Well, they're not going to turn into an apple, but I'm going to have them gather an apple.
It's like some Willy Wonka stuff going on over there.
It's a little weird and wacky over here, Pep. What about you? What do you want to do?
Listen, there's been a lot of talk of war, but I don't want people to get the wrong impression. I just don't like you.
Okay.
But I'm very much open for peace, so I'm going to send out some missionaries.
But I'm the only one here. I'm the only one you could offer peace to.
There's other people. There's NPCs that we can't see on camera. That's where the missionaries are going. I mean, if you play your cards right, they might head to you as well.
So for this action, you have to spend a worker and a sword. Why are you taking a sword to go on a missionary venture? That sounds a little threatening.
The missionaries need to be able to protect the people. They have to protect the innocent.
Oh, they're like paladins then or something.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds a little more noble. And for that, you gain, what is it? I can't see from here. Is that 1 victory point?
No, that's 3.
3 victory points. Oh, I don't like the look of that at all. Well, I'm running out of options here. I do have this apple, which I will spend now to make a deal. I've got a deal that's going to provide me with a coin each turn. In fact, it gives me a coin right now.
That's great. And for me, I'll begin my mission of peace. I'll load this worker up with a sword and send him off to be a missionary.
And that means Pep's getting 3 more points. I don't know if you've noticed, Pep, but we are very keen on making deals over here. Although I haven't been able to negotiate peace with you, Pep, I'm still pretty adept at making deals. And I'm going to spend this coin as if it were an apple in order to make another deal. And this one will provide me with a worker each turn, including right now.
What's going on over there with the merchant barbarians?
I think so.
Well, I've got no resources left, so I'm going to pass.
Well, I'm down to 1 card left, and really nothing I can do with my leftover resources, so I'm going to pass as well. Well, it's time to clean up, and that means we have to remove everything that's sitting on our tableau currently.
Luckily, I only have this shield left.
You were very efficient.
Yeah, well, I'm getting that back anyway.
I had some leftovers. I had a worker and a stone I couldn't use, and you had something on your action card. We lost that forever. So we'll advance the round. We're into round 3, and it is the lookout phase. So we each get to draw a new faction card, and then we're going to put 3 of these common cards face up. I am the first player. Do we have that token somewhere? Yes, I am now the first player. So I'll get the first pick of what we've drawn. Let's take a look. We've got a couple of production options here, and both of them are pretty good. This one produces 2 wood, this one produces cards. I think I'm going to go with the forest.
Your civilization's getting pretty big. I feel like I need to have a watchtower.
Want to keep an eye on me?
You know it.
So this one gets discarded, and we'll put 3 new ones out. Here are the new options, but we're seeing some familiar things. Another way to produce more wood. I guess we're just surrounded by forests here, Pep. And another pig farmer. This one's especially different. It's the Watcher's Guild. This is not actually a card that comes in the base set, but it's one I had mixed into my copy and I forgot about. This is a promo that came from one of our fundraisers. It might be available again in the future, so I'll put a note in the description of this video with an update about how you can obtain it.
Well, I don't want to obtain it. I actually want a pig farmer.
Well, that's just fine, because I am going to take the Watcher's Guild. I have enough wood production in my civilization.
Oops, I did it again.
I think you might have. I'm sure some people noticed that. I think we owe you a couple more points.
Yeah, when I built that armor, it is another black building, so my Roman fortress will give me 2 more points.
The gap ever widens. As the first player, I get to take my action first, and you can see I produced a lot of things for this round, but the 2 things I want to focus on are these 2 swords. I'm going to use these right away, Pep. And listen, you can't blame me. I saw a horde of people coming. They were all carrying swords. So I attacked them, all right? I'm going to raise those missionaries.
What?
I know, I'm sorry. I feel bad about this, but there are some benefits I'm gaining from it. I'm going to gain a worker, not to mention 1 whole point, Pep.
I'm gonna take back these stupid swords. I gain a benefit of my own. Now I have a ruins.
And you gain a wood from that.
Are you done now?
Yeah, I think that's just about it, Pep. Over to you.
Now you may notice I have significantly less resources than Rodney does. Let's see if I can fix that.
What's your plan?
Well, I have 2 swords to work with here too, so I think it's time for a little revenge.
Oh boy, I'm realizing I forgot to put down my shield. So anything can be raided at this point. What's caught your eye?
Listen, I'm angry.
Yeah?
I'm just gonna attack whatever's closest to me. Plus, you produce a lot of wood, so I'm taking out the carpenter.
Oh dear, what have I done? This is not good. So you're gonna gain a couple of things from this. First of all, it's showing a wood, and then another point for you. Transport Towiak even warned me, protect that location, and I did not heed the warning. All right, I might have failed to protect my resources, but if there's one thing I can do, it's produce more of them. So I'm gonna spend 2 wood to go out and find this old forest, which will immediately produce 2 wood, so I'll just leave those here. Boy, wouldn't I have liked to have been able to spend those on points.
And boy, wouldn't I have liked to have destroyed that. We both made bad choices.
Well, there you go. Well, Pep, over to your turn for more bad choices.
As I mentioned earlier, I think I need to keep my eye on you.
You're constructing that watchtower, aren't you?
I am, and this is
Okay.
gonna cost me 2 wood.
But it will produce you 1 card every turn, and as a building bonus, you get to draw another card.
I'm gonna take 1 of each type.
Well, I'm going to do some watching of my own. I'm going to build the Watcher's Guild. That's going to cost me 2 of my wood. With this, as an action, I can spend a worker to draw and reveal a card from either the common or my own faction deck. And then I can immediately pay the cost of it to put it right into play. If I do that, I'll gain 2 victory points. Or if I choose not to, I can just return it to the top of its appropriate deck. And I can do this up to 2 times each round.
So building towards my end goal, I'm gonna get rid of this ruins in order to build a builder. And that'll cost me 1 stone, but it also produces a stone and a wood.
And you've got a lot more production now.
Now you know why I was so happy when I drew cards.
Gonna keep this one simple, Pep. I'm gonna send out 2 of my workers and they're gonna gather up a new piece of wood.
You just don't stop with that wood.
I know, we love chopping down trees.
Well, Rodney, I've got a growing army and I really need to feed them. And there's nothing soldiers like more than bacon.
Okay, so you're gonna have a pig farm of your own?
Yep, and that's gonna cost me a stone and a wood. You have one of these already. Lets me spend a worker and an apple to gain up 2 points. And speaking of 2 points...
Let's give you 2 more right now, because that was a red building.
Perfect.
Well, I have some barbarians gathering in my Watcher's Guild. It's time to use it.
Just the once?
Yeah, I think just once for now. We'll see what resources this costs me, and I might go back to it later. I'm going to draw one of my faction cards, and it is the chapel. I guess, my barbarians want to get married on occasion, perhaps. Maybe I didn't end up killing all your missionaries after all. Looks like we set up a chapel.
You're gonna marry them?
The missionaries or my barbarians?
What?
The barbarians are still trying to figure out this religion thing, Pep. Give us some time. Now, this is something I can build right away, and that's why I wanted to produce that wood last turn. So I'll spend 2 of these, and I will have to get rid of one of my other buildings. So I'll discard this statue, and the chapel will go here. And because of the Watcher's Guild ability, I'm going to immediately gain 2 points.
You might catch up pretty quick with that, especially if you keep the resources ahead of time.
I hope so, because you got quite a lead on me with points. But that ends my turn.
Look, my soldiers are really enjoying this bacon. They're caring a little less about having fresh fruits and vegetables.
What do you plan to do?
I'm going to be sacrificing my grain field to bring in a bank.
Ooh, that's a nice building. That's going to produce 1 coin for you every turn. Well, I had so much fun with that last Watcher's Guild, I think I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to put one of my workers over here. This time I'm going to reveal a common building, and hopefully I have what is needed. Oh, this is the Mason's Guild, and it needs 2 wood. I could use the coin for one of those, but I don't have the other one I need. So this is going to have to go back on top of the deck.
Next up for me, I'll be spending 2 stone and a wood, which means I'll have to get rid of this gold coin here, in order to build this Hanseatic League.
What does that do?
I can spend a worker to discard a deal and gain 2 points. And I can do that twice.
Whew.
Glad you didn't get that.
You are a point-making machine. I've had this pig farm, but I haven't really made use of it. I'm going to change that right now by moving my apple and one of my workers there, and this is going to immediately gain me 2 points.
I know you can't see it, but over here I'm doing the same thing.
So Pep is also going to gain 2 points. It's back to my turn. A couple of my barbarians found love, Pep. They're going to the chapel, and I'm going to gain 2 victory points for that. That's going to move me up to 8 points to your 16. Halfway there.
They say the greatest structures are made of blood, sweat, and tears, so I'm going to be taking 2 of my workers and converting them into a stone.
Ooh, I do not like having this waste, but I can't think of anything to do with these besides potentially make a deal. But I'm not keen on the deal that I could make, so I'm going to pass, Pep.
I've still got a little steam left. I'm going to start off by spending one of my workers here at the Hagenauer League.
Well said. What does the Hagenauer give you?
I have to sacrifice one of my deals, but it's going to give me 2 points.
All right, so that pushes Pep up to 18 points.
And I don't really need that Handy Addicts League anymore.
Good, because I'm tired of you trying to say it.
So I'm going to construct it into something beautiful. In its place, I'll now have a sculptor's workshop.
That is going to cost you 1 stone.
Which I have.
And then as an action, you can spend a worker and a stone, and you get 2 points. Tell me you're done taking actions.
That's it, I got nothing else I can do.
Okay. Well, how the tides have turned. Pep, I was feeling pretty confident at the beginning of this episode, actually.
Yeah, you had a lot of production going on.
I did, and the viewers gave me a good suggestion. Get that carpenter out there, and you can protect it, and you'll be producing points, and I forgot to protect it.
Yeah, I mean, we both still have our shields left. We really just don't like using these defense tokens, apparently.
Apparently not. I'm going to try really hard to remember that. Something else I realized I did, too. Remember when I had to spend a building to upgrade? I had a perfectly good ruins here, and I didn't use that. I used the statue instead.
I noticed that. I figured your barbarians, you probably like having a bit of crumbled terrain.
Maybe that's what it is.
For your kids to play in.
I'd love to think I had a good reason for it. Thanks for trying. Well, we're at the cleanup phase here, right? So it's time to remove everything from the action cards. Boop. And any unused resources.
Quite a few for you.
Yes, I'm hoping to not do that next time. I'm going to pass this first player marker over to you, and I'm going to advance the round. We're into round 4 of 5.
Getting close to the end.
We are getting close to the end. So we'll flip over for the lookout phase. We'll flip over new cards, and you will get the first pick. Now, before we make our selections, we also get to draw a card from our faction decks, which we'll do now.
I get first choice here, and I feel it's pretty obvious which one I'm going to take. Because that baker is a red building, and it gives me a point for every red building I have.
And you have a couple already. And you get points from red buildings on top of that? Oh my goodness.
And it lets me draw a card. Yoink!
You had to take it. I think I will then take the Mason's Guild, and we'll get rid of this new forest. I know I don't need any more forests.
New or otherwise.
Looking at my choices here, I definitely don't want anything that produces wood anymore. I think I'm fine there, but I will take the sawmill, which will allow me to spend wood in order to get points. That seems like a good idea for me.
And I'll be taking the Court Sculptor because it lets me convert rocks into points.
Now, Pep, I know you're going first, but I thought we should probably focus on my setup because I have a feeling you plan to attack.
I do. My bacon supply is running short.
Okay.
So I'm going to come slaughter some of your pigs.
All right. Well, there was no way for me to protect myself because your defense tokens, they go away at the end of each round. So I kind of assumed this was coming, and I've probably earned it.
Speaking of earning, this will give me an apple and a worker.
Okay, so I'll remove these horrible, horrible swords, and I flip this one over, and I gain a wood myself. And if there's something I need, it's probably not wood.
Your society's just full of ruins now.
I hope to start converting these into better structures very soon.
And something I definitely don't want to forget, I'm going to be putting a shield on my own pig farm.
Smart move. You know what time it is? Time to hand things back over to you guys. And I want your suggestions. I need your suggestions, and I promise I will follow them to the best of my ability.
We'll see.
We'll see. You've got 18 points. I've got 8. I have some work to do here to catch up.
I'm pulling ahead a little bit.
You are.
I think I have some points coming next round, too.
I think you might. Help me. Please help me. If you have a suggestion, of course, I'll show you my cards and what we have in front of us here. If you think you have a good idea, put it in the comments below. And if you like what someone says, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give your own suggestion. Maybe someone will vote for that. Whichever one gets the most votes, that's what we'll come back and do. But until the next episode, thanks for watching.